Hey, if I told you there was a way that you could go back and redo your life and undo all the wrong choices that you made, would you jump at the chance? Hello and welcome to Set Up for Success. Happy New Year and welcome to the year 2019. My name is Tracey Ansah, and in this episode we are going to be talking about right choices. Now, I've heard it said previously that our life is the sum total of the choices that we've made in the past. That means that where we are today is based on the choices that we made yesterday, and where we're going to be tomorrow is going to be based on the choices that we make today. So the choices that we make are very important. This episode, I'm going to be talking about making right choices. Now, during the Christmas holiday, I watched a movie, and I'll put the link to the movie in the down below so that you can have a look at this movie as well. I watched a movie that was quite interesting, and it was about this young lady, and she was given the opportunity to go back in time and to redo her life again and to basically undo all the wrong choices that she made and to make the right choices this time. And the result of the ending of the film, the result of her life was completely drastically different once she'd gone back in time and corrected all the wrong decisions she'd made, changed the person she married, made decisions about her mum's health and all sorts of different things. But it was remarkable to see the different outcome in her life situation when she had decided to make the right choices. When I finished watching the film, I thought to myself, as adults, how could we get this message across to young people or to children? How could we impress upon them how important it is for them to make right choices? I think one of the things as adults that we don't do is to be open and honest with the young people in our lives and explain to them, you know what, we made some wrong decisions while we were growing up. And as a result of those wrong decisions, the path of our lives have changed. You know, sometimes we wanted to, say, for example, study to become a doctor, but due to various circumstances and maybe wrong decisions not to study or to do different things, we ended up on a different path. And maybe if we were honest and open with young people just that little bit more, then maybe when it's time for them to make decisions, they would be just that more informed. And I don't know, I just feel that this is an area that we could really help young people in and really encourage young people to be mindful of the choices that they make and to help them to realize that even though they may be young, the decisions and the choices you make today can drastically alter the course of your future. So you may be thinking, oh, I've heard it all before, or some of you may be saying, but how? How could the decisions I make today as a child drastically alter my future? Well, I'm glad you asked that. So for example, you are in a lesson and you have a choice, don't you, as to whether to pay attention, to listen, and to complete your work, knowing that all of this is going towards an end goal, which is passing your GCSEs. Now, you could make the right choice and decide, you know what, this year I'm really going to listen, I'm going to pay attention, I'm going to do all the work that's been set before me, I'm going to complete all my homework. Or you can decide, I don't listen to this, I'm just going to mess about, I'm going to decide to be the class clown, and I'm going to fool about in lessons, and when it comes to taking my GCSEs, whatever will be, will be. You could also make the decision that, you know, this year I'm going to have a nice attitude when it comes to my lessons, when it comes to the people around me, my teachers. I'm going to have a nice attitude. I'm going to be, I'm going to try to be polite, cooperative, work with, be a team player, for example. That is a right decision because you know it will help you in the future. You could also decide, you know what, I'm a young lady or I'm a young man. I'm making a decision that I'm going to keep myself. I'm not going to sleep around. I want to remain a virgin until I'm married. I know these are things that in this day and age may seem quite absurd, but there are many people that have made that decision and are happy with those decisions. And again, those are decisions that can affect your future, because if you make a decision that, I'm going to sleep around, and you may have unprotected sex, and as a result, you may have an unwanted pregnancy or a pregnancy that was unplanned, and then have to care for a child. You can just see how making different choices, making right or wrong choices, can have completely different end results and alter the course of your destiny. So you may ask, well, how do I know when I'm making the right choice? Now, one of the things you could do is listen to that inner voice inside of you. Normally, when you're about to make a decision and it's a wrong one, something inside of you you get some sort of warning light inside of you, and it's telling you, don't do that, don't say that, don't go there, there's something wrong here. We all have it. It's called intuition. Some people may say it's the Holy Spirit, but we all have that inner voice that speaks to us. Some people may say it's their conscience, but there is an inbuilt ability that guides us, that helps to show us the right and the wrong path to take. Now, if you're about to make a decision and you feel that something's warning you, don't make that decision, don't do that, then just don't do it. Another way that you can know whether you're making a wrong or right decision is to think about the consequences of this decision. You may ask yourself, well, if I choose not to study, what will be the consequences of not studying? If I choose to act up in class, what will be the consequences of me acting up in class? If I choose to join a particular gang or clique, what will be the consequences of this choice, this decision? And fast forward, try to act out what will happen if I do these things. And if you can see that the end result is not going to be something that's going to be favorable to you or the people around you, then don't make that decision. Don't make that choice. Another thing you can consider when faced with decisions and choices to make is, how will this choice impact on other people? Will it hurt other people? Will other people be seriously affected by this choice that I make? For example, if someone's daring you to say something horrible to someone, do something horrible to someone, set someone up in a way that's going to cause them serious harm, should you make that decision? Should you make that choice? And if someone's going to get hurt, if someone's feelings are going to be hurt, if that person's going to look at you in a way that you know it's going to be hard for you to live with yourself after and face the consequences, then don't make that choice. Don't do that thing. Another thing that you should consider is, how will my parents think or feel about me if I make this choice? Now, I know a lot of choices that young people make, sometimes when they do make wrong decisions, it's actually an attention-seeking choice to get the attention of their parents in a negative way. They feel that, they don't seem to take any notice of me, regardless of what I do, so I'm just going to do it. But think about, how will my parents feel if I sneak out the house, for example? If I go and sleep with my boyfriend and get pregnant, or if I flunk my GCSEs instead of studying and they think I'm in my room studying, I'm on social media, I'm playing games all night. how will my parents feel? And we want to please our parents. We want to make them happy. We want to do the best that we can for them. We don't want our parents looking at us, and we don't want to bring shame on them. So make the right choices, make the right decisions. Make choices this year that will set you up for success in 2019. I hope you found this helpful. Remember to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time.